Alright, if you're watching this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also give the video a like. But today we're going to talk about the ability to buffer stretch, or really the ability to handle some stress outside of your strength training program. So if your strength training plan is set up where every week you're pushing yourself to the absolute limit, you're probably going to run into some trouble either way, but you're definitely going to run into some trouble if all of a sudden other stressors start to occur in life. So let's just say you at least have some semblance of a nutrition plan, or you have like your sleep pretty on point. If you don't, you probably want to get those things adjusted, or at least on par, because they're always going to make training a little bit better, right? They're just going to allow you to take advantage of the gym just a little bit more, and they probably just help overall lifestyle. But if we're killing ourselves week to week in the gym, right, you're like 10 out of 10 on everything, and then all of a sudden one of those things gets slightly out of whack, right? Sleep, some other stress in life just occurs where we're just not in sync with our normal schedule, you're probably going to have to pull your program back, right? Or if you don't, you're probably just going to be like too fatigued. There's going to be too many high-end stressors coming in. Stress is okay, right? We need stress. That's what's going to make us adapt. That's the point of strength training. That's the point of stressors outside of life too. They cause us to adapt. But if we have too many of those at a high degree, we probably are going to have to pull back somewhere. If things are going slightly out of our control outside of the gym, you're probably going to have to pull back within the gym if your program is set up this way. Now, if your program is set up appropriately, where you're just making small jumps each week, you leave a little bit extra in the tank, right? And there's a lot of positives, just period, doing this from a programming standpoint. But the really big positive is our ability to handle some stress outside gym. So let's say you're set up on this program where you're making small jumps week to week, right? There's nothing crazy happening. You're not going 10 out of 10 every week. Probably week one of a program, maybe you're only like 6 to 7 out of 10, and you're leaving some room for growth. If something occurs outside gym, you can probably still progress week to week, right? Let's say your sleep's out of schedule for a couple of weeks because of work, or work stress is up itself. Even if you're a little tired from those things, you can probably still come in and do a little bit more than you did last week if your program is set up appropriately. So this is really important. Or maybe you decide to add something different in your life, right? You decide to add a new activity, and so maybe you pick up some racket basketball, maybe you go like a hardcore pickleball league, something along those lines where you add in some other physical activity. You're probably going to feel that a little bit, and that's okay, right? You probably haven't done these things in a while, some movements you haven't done in a while. You're going to have a little bit of soreness. All that's perfectly fine. If you decide to add that and you're on this program where you're just making small adjustments week to week, once again, you're probably still going to be able to progress. Even if you come to the gym and you feel a little worn out, you're a little sore from that new activity, you can still make progress if your program is set up appropriately. So I really want you to think about this. Are you going like 10 out of 10? Are you leaving nothing else in the tank? Are you leaving no room in case other stressors occur outside life, which they probably will? Now, there are some small situations where we probably have to pull back either way, right? If all of a sudden this schedule change is lasting weeks on end, right? We're getting to week number 4, week number 5, week number 6. You probably need to pull back. Even if your program's on point, right? You're just making small jumps. You might have to pull back a little bit, and you probably need to take care of those things outside the gym. Or if you're in like a really heavy lifting phase, if you're set up to like hit a PR, and all of a sudden those last couple weeks of that program leading up to that big lift, you have some other huge life change occur for those couple weeks, you might have to pull back the situation. Maybe not even. You can still probably get away with it, but you're probably just gonna have to monitor. So there are situations where no matter what, you might have to pull back a little bit, but if your program is set up accordingly, it's set up correctly to make those small jumps, you can probably still make progress. So make sure your program is set up so you can always make small jumps week to week, no matter what's going on outside of gym. If you need help doing that, reach out. Make sure to fill out the coaching application. I'll put it in the comment section below. I think that's how this thing works on YouTube. I'm still new to this. Once again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to keep putting these videos out weekly. All right, have a good rest of your week.